So for today's video, I'm planning on drawing a wolf. It is still Inktober, and it will be in ink. I mean, most of the things I do here are in ink anyway, so not that big of a deal. But before I get into the drawing, I want to show you some other drawings. I've done a few pieces this year that I have actually really liked, which is uncommon for me because, I'm an artist and we always hate ourselves. But you should be seeing those on screen right now. There's a couple of these that I just thought came out pretty cool and I wanted to share because, I don't know, I mean, people have been looking at them, but I just thought maybe you guys would like to see. There has also been a lot of really cool art made by a bunch of people across social media, but my friends have been participating in Inktober and they've been doing some really nice stuff. I'm not going to show any of it here because I didn't ask for their permission to show things in my video, but also because this is my video and I'm being self-indulgent right now. Shut up, look at this owl I made, it's kind of cool. But if you want to see any of their stuff, I'm going to link their Instagram pages down below, and if you want to check them out, you should, because they're great artists and greater people, so yeah. But now I'm going to draw something for your viewing pleasure, because everything I do is to please you. Anyway, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about other things probably. I don't know. I don't plan this out. I don't script anything, so who knows what I'm going to talk about? Do you? Do you know what I'm going to talk about? No, you don't. You're a liar. Okay, let's go draw. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? It's Inktober still. And for the past 5-ish years that I've been doing Inktober, I try really hard to push myself as an artist. I try really hard to grow and get away from my comfort zone. I just think it's generally a good way to grow. And I should honestly be doing it more often. I shouldn't wait for the one time of year to push myself. But there's just something about Inktober that makes me want to pull out the best of myself artistically. And I would recommend that you really try to push yourself. Maybe not only during Inktober, just in general. If you're an artist or, whatever you do, just try to be as good as you can. Let yourself get out of your comfort zone and just try to do things a little differently and get better at whatever it is that you do. As for the drawing itself, I did a really quick pencil sketch, and now I'm coming in with marker and adding some shading, a little bit of layering, kind of just telling myself where I want to do the inking later on so that I know how I want to layer the fur. I changed the lighting as well because I wanted it to feel a little more moody, a little more fitting to the tone of the piece. I liked it, and I did stick with this lighting for the rest of the time that I drew. It just felt right to me. And at this point, what I'm doing is going in with a darker marker to add the next layer of shading to the fur, and then going back over it with the first marker to even it out a bit, make it a little less sharp. Once I got to a point of being satisfied with the marker shading, it was time to come in with the Geeetech C4 pen and really dig into the details. Now, similarly to my last video with the Raven, I'm not really using a specific technique. It's really just me throwing out a bunch of lines and trying to scribble in the right spots to create that textured fur look. Like, they are experienced and educated scribbles, but they're still just scribbles for the most part. I mean, I guess in a sense you could call it hatching because it's not layered lines over each other, but it's mostly just scribbles, let's be real. I'm pretty happy with how the inking turned out on this one. I wasn't too strict with it. I allowed myself to be pretty loose, which I think is necessary for drawing fur. At least for me it is. If I'm focusing on each individual aspect and really obsessing over the details, then I'll drive myself crazy. So what I do is try to allude to it. I'm trying to create the illusion of fur. I come up with some sort of textured look and try to make it look as good as possible in the allotted time that I give myself. I don't focus on each individual strand. I don't try to take hours and hours and hours to complete a drawing. I don't have the attention span to do that, so I just can't. A lot of times when I'm working on something, I'll give myself a time limit because I know that if I'm working on something for too long, I will start to lose interest and the quality of the piece will drop, or I will start to hurt, and that's just generally not good for my health. So I gotta make myself stop. And if it's something bigger, like a commission that I know it's gonna take longer, then I'll make myself work for a couple hours, then go do something and come back and keep working, or come back the next day and work more then. Because like I said, if I'm working for too long, I know that I'll lose interest because my brain is in 1,000 places all the time, and then the quality starts to drop, and I hold myself to a higher standard of quality, and I don't want that to happen. So I just have to keep making sure that I'm working in the way that I know works best for me. So at this point, there's a lot of back and forth between black ink, white ink, and markers, just building up the layers, trying to get the fur to look textured in the way that I was aiming for. Basically just trying to get it to a point where I'm comfortable with it, a place where I can look at it and be like, you know what, all right, I think we're good, I think it's done. And now it's pretty close to that. This drawing is just about done. I'm gonna add some background details and a little bit of line work to spice it up, make it look more interesting visually, but that's pretty much it. And so this is the finished piece. I took a purely black and gray picture so that you could see all the details and everything as clearly as possible. I'm pretty happy with it overall. I think I potentially could have gone into a little more detail with the fur and shading, but I think it looks pretty okay. What do you think? Do you like it? I hope you do. Let me know. I also hope that you're taking care of yourself mentally and physically. Please do not neglect these things. If you are willing to talk, someone will be willing to listen. You're not alone. But that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like. That would be cool. Also, if you're interested, you could follow me on Instagram. I've been posting there every day for a very long time. I'm still gonna be doing Inktober, and yeah, you could also follow me on TikTok. There's a lot of times that I record a drawing and I'll put it up on TikTok because I don't think it's worthy of coming up on here, if that makes sense, but I don't know. I also put up a TikTok version of every video that I do here, so if you're interested in like a shorter version, then that would be over there. And like I said, there will be links to some of my friends in the description. They're cool artists and cool people, so check them out if you're interested. Thank you again for watching. I'm not sure when the next video will be. It should be next week, but you know, things are happening, so who knows. But I'll see you then.